How are you?
Hi, Miss. Fine,
Hi, Miss. And you?
I'm fine, thank
Good
you.
morning.
Good morning. How are you doing with your new schedule? Did you like it or not? Why not? It will be better if they have programming Mondays and Tuesdays, right? Yes, I know. Um, okay, guys, I was checking your homeworks, the activity two. Okay. Um, I am going to start checking the activity three, Thursday, Friday, on Saturday. Okay. Porque esto también me movió todos mis horarios de la calificada. Okay, so I read about some of your ideas of your company. Some of them were green areas to fight the desertification, the installation of bicycle rentals, water filters, security cameras, free classes for poor people. Um, Another company to fight the drugs addictions. A company specialized in disinfecting, cleaning and disinfecting. Another company about eco-friendly services to maintain the environment and preserve the environment. Another one, it was an umbrella made of reused plastic. Another one, it was about garbage disposals and planting trees. You got very good ideas. I really like them all. So you can check your grades from the activity too. They are already graded. Okay. In the afternoon group, many teams thought about um, do you know what potholes are? Let me write it on the chat. Potholes. Many teams wanted to work with this. Yes, son baches. El tema de el tema que le han reclamado mucho a los políticos que se fueron. Y ustedes nadie se me hizo muy raro. Ustedes fueron más de cleaning and green areas, planting trees. But they are very good ideas. Okay. Yes, Linda, for those sounds like pozole. Yes, Vivian, go ahead with your question, please.
Thank you, Miss. Yes, I have a question.
I know that you have many questions for me, not just one.
Is this company an hypothetical project, or are we really going to go there and do it? I I don't. I'm not quite sure.
You're not going to go anywhere.
Oh,
We
okay.
cannot do that, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss. I had that doubt.
No, we're just going to imagine that we're going to form a company. But since we are still in our house with this pandemic, we cannot do this, okay? We cannot make it so real. So we're just imagining, okay? Okay, Sarah, go ahead.
So we're not even going to build like a prototype or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
no, because for example, the ones that make water filters, I don't know, I think that they need resources. And in others years, for example, the students from administration, they work with different activities to get money to work for their projects. Okay, so I think that this is just going to be like imaginary. Okay, okay, so today, guys, we're going to work with our organizational chart. Your book is on page 29. Of course, due dates are going to be changed. Instead of submitting your activities on Saturdays, they're going to be on Mondays at 12, but not in 12 in the night because I have to check on Monday in the afternoon. Okay, so it can be at 12 or 1 in the afternoon. So that's your time limit now. Okay, let me see if we can do something better for the second partial. But right now, since this movement was very quick, so we have to. I also have to check homeworks next week. I don't know if you are okay with that. On Monday at 12 at 1 in the afternoon, the time limit for sending this activity, which is the last one. Another thing, your exam. It's because remember that your exam starts next week on Thursday and Friday and Monday. Okay, so of course next week we're not having classes. So this is the last class before the partials. I was checking the exam. They are some questions that you're going to say, what? What? This doesn't has nothing to do with my subject. For example, the tenses, grammar tenses. For example, I'm going to write it in here in the chat. Okay, the present continuous, which is also called the present progressive. So these are going to be the future perfect, the present perfect progressive. The good thing is that, of course, if you don't remember um, a grammar, I know that you're going to go to the internet and check. So there are not many items about this. I think it's only one. Okay, so I just suggest you to, if you don't remember the present continuous, just check in the internet what it's about, the future perfect and the present perfect progressive, because you're going to see this in your test. Okay, so the activity 4 is for the October 1st. 4th, let me check the, honestly, I don't know if next Monday is October 4th. Today is 30, September 30. Yes, it's 4th, Monday 4th. Yes, and the next week you're having your test on the 7th, the 8th, and the 11th. Those 3 days you're having your tests. And then we have one, two, three, 3 weeks, and then the exams. 3 weeks for 4 activities. I don't know what is going to happen with partial two, because according to the calendar, I'm sorry, we're having just 3 weeks for 4 activities. Voy a checar eso con Judas. Desde ahorita le voy a decir por si van a modificar, que modifiquen las fechas de parciales, pero del segundo, no, yo viendo a un futuro cómo organizarnos con estas nuevas fechas. Y en lugar de tener dos clases, chicos, ahora vamos a tener una de functions. But I think it's okay. We don't need to. Remember that the second day, most of the time, I ask you to work in teams. So I think it's not necessary to have two classes. De hecho, cuando empezamos con virtual, yo daba una clase nada más para functions. Cuando después me di cuenta que eran dos, dije, Judas, le dije, estoy dando una clase de functions. No, me dijo, son dos. Y ya, nomás modifiqué todo. But there was no problem with having just one class. So I'm going to open the book because I want you to explain what are we going to do for this, what are we going to do in this activity, okay? Just give me a second. If you have your book with you, we're going to work, it's page 29. Please. Where it says, what is an organizational chart? It's a very short paragraph, okay? Let me open also a presentation. Okay, so are you ready? Yes?
Yes, miss.
Page 29, teacher.
29. Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
This is page 29. Remember that we already read about this. Your homework was about these steps. The activity 3, and now we are going to see what is an organizational chart. An organizational chart shows the internal structure and hierarchies of an organization. What is a hierarchy? Remember that we already saw that word? I don't remember if it's the same as in Spanish. We're talking about levels, okay? Levels.
Jerarquía.
Yes. Uh-huh. An organizational chart shows the internal structure and hierarchies of an organization, like a business, school, or government entity. It creates an easy visual depiction for the ranks of different people. Ranks son los rangos, okay? Jobs and departments that make up the organization. Organizational charts also help determine how authority and information flow. I'm sorry. Flow between people and departments. Flow, what does that word mean? Flow. What is the definition for the word flow? No?
Is it flujo?
Yes? Almost the same as Spanish. ¿Cómo se va a ir moviendo? ¿Cómo se mueve el movimiento? For example, it can be the flow of the water, but in this case, we're talking about the hierarchical hierarchy. This is a template. The flow will be this, okay? This line. This is the flow, okay? ¿A dónde se dirigen estas líneas? Like flow chart, organizational charts or org charts use simple shapes and lines. The boxes are filled with information on the individual department or team, while vertical and horizontal lines connect these boxes. The connections between boxes illustrate the direct reports of a supervisor, showing who is superior and who is the subordinate. Okay, we're talking about these lines. These lines. Those lines, they are going to connect the people working in a company. Organizational charts do exactly what their name suggests: organize the roles and positions in an organization. What is an organizational chart best format? Depending on your needs and the type of organization, you may want to choose a less traditional organizational chart format. There are several types of organizational charts, including hierarchical, matrix, and flat, but the most common is the hierarchical. Hierarchical organizational chart. The hierarchical organizational chart is the most common type. Okay, since this is the most common, guys, we're going to work with this type. A hierarchy is where one group or person is at the top. In this case, is the CEO. Okay, remember that CEO means the Chief Executive Officer. I'm sorry. It can be the chairman. The chairman is the president of the company. It can also be the managing director. Okay, so here in the top, we're going to include the highest, is the highest rank. Okay, this person is going to take the most important decisions from the company, and is a main point of communication, because this person is going to communicate the supervisor, and the supervisor has to communicate the rest of the departments. Okay, a hierarchy is where one group or person is at the top while those with less power are beneath them, in the shape of a pyramid. Okay, so imagine this is a pyramid. Think of a monarchy with a king or a queen at the top, or an organization with a CEO at the top. With a hierarchy, members typically communicate with the person they report to and anyone who reports directly to them. This gives guidance for information flow, but can also limit your ability to effect change. Okay, so what are you going to do? Remember that in your activity 3, you more or less organize your company. In this, remember that you have departments and you classify already the authority. Okay, so you already have like an idea of how are you going to organize your company. So now you're going to do it formally with a hierarchical chart. Okay, and this is an example of something that I will like you to do. Not all of the charts. If you look in the internet, you're going to find many different templates, okay? But I want you to work with this with the hierarchical. It's like a pyramid, and on the top in this case, this is a CEO. I would like you to include a picture of yourself, okay? So you're going to write a picture and your position, and let me see the other thing, like this. Your complete name, your position, and your email. It can include your cell phone. It can include more information, just as in the next and the as this example. Here it says the ID, the telephone, the email, but I don't need a lot of information. So I would like you just to include your photo, your complete name, and your position and your email. Okay, of course, your company is just you're just 4 or 5. So you're going to, in this case, you're going to invent the other people in your company. Okay, pueden inventar más personas, agregar, o busquen en internet si quieren, fotos, pero sí, donde salga el nombre de ustedes, ahí sí van a incluir fotos de ustedes, que tómense una muy, así miren como estas muchachas y estos muchachos, miren qué guapo sale, miren este sale muy pensativo, muy sexy sale, entonces tómense una foto así muy formalita, como si fuera un currículum, puede ser con el celular, obviamente con el celular. Eh, Se peinan, se pintan y van a encontrar en el internet muchos templates que ya les van a ir, que no creo que necesiten buscar templates. O sea, este yo lo hice sin necesidad de uno, nomás le vas agregando los cuadritos y la información. Entonces, esta, muchachos, es la actividad 4. Claro que va a ser en equipo y van a agregar el nombre de las 4 o 5 integrantes. Okay? Do you have any question?
Miss, I have a question.
Okay, tell me.
For example, in our team, the authority is in charge of department 2. So we are going to write her as the authority, like the CEO, but we can also write after that the department that she controls or that she's in here.
Yes, if she's working in 2 places, you have to include her in those two boxes, okay? If she's the CEO, but she's also working in a department, you have to include it in both parts.
Oh, okay. So we are going to do 2 boxes with the same person.
Yes, but the different position.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Yes, because I suppose that person below her is going to have more people working, supongo yo. Entonces sí es importante el flow, como les dice, las líneas esas, eh, que esté bien organizado los departamentos, de abajo los departamentos, las personas que trabajan ahí. ¿Ok? No les voy a decir, ay, pongan 2 departamentos, pongan 3. That is going to depend on you. Okay? You are going to organize your company however you want, however you think it's the best way. Another question? Okay, so on the top of your document, you're going to write activity, the activity form. The team members, please write them according to the alphabetical, write them in alphabetical order, please. And then here you include you start with your chart. Okay. Así empiecen. Activity 4, financial managers and the team members. Okay. So right now you're going to start working. We have 20 minutes left. So you can start, okay? I'm going to be here if you have any other question. Guys,
Teacher,
mande, Mónica.
tengo una duda. En la tabla, bueno, en el esquema,
Ajá.
¿tenemos que agregar a las personas que inventamos o nada más a los del equipo?
No, tienen que inventar porque si no va a ser una compañía muy chiquita. Inventen lo que ustedes quieran.
Ok, está bien, gracias.
Okay? If you don't have any other question, guys. En el equipo tienen que estar ustedes, la foto de ustedes a fuerzas. Pueden agregar más, los que ustedes quieran. Ok, aquí en el chat, pónganme su asistencia, por favor. Three, two, one. Very good. Okay, so the first student was Yvonne. Hasta el Cristian. Te dormiste, Cristian. Voy a empezar a revisar actividad 3 el sábado, porque hoy y mañana tengo clases. Entonces el sábado termino y el lunes en la tarde empiezo a revisar esta actividad, ¿ok? Para que la suban a más tardar el lunes a la 1, porque por la tarde yo ya la voy a revisar. Y si no está, chicos, pues no habrá manera de que los califique. Okay, so if you don't have any other question, guys. After the CEO, the next level will include the names of the people in charge, the names and the photo and the email. Maria Fernanda, just as I show you in the in the presentation. No crean que nomás el CEO es el que va a llevar la foto, no. Todos tienen que llevar su foto. Todos los cuadritos. Y obviamente las personas que inventaron, pues buscan alguna foto en internet o como quieran ustedes hacerle. Okay. If you don't have any other question, guys, see you. I see you when. Y ahora está regresando de los parciales. Vivian, mándame al correo, te voy a mandar en mi celular. Se me hace más rápido a veces por WhatsApp que por correo. A veces los correos sí los veo que me llegan y a veces no me llegan a mi celular la notificación. Entonces te voy a pasar mi celular. Bueno, obviamente no se lo pases a todos los chamacos. Es para ti nada más. ¿Ok?
Ok, Miss. Ocupa el mío, se lo puedo dar aquí también.
Ok. Pues más fácil, mándamelo tú y ahorita te marco y te cuelgo y ya me guardo.
Ok.
Ya si tienen alguna duda, pues ya más rápido le dicen a Vivian. Nomás no la molesten mucho con preguntas que ya les resolví aquí en clase, ¿eh? Tampoco. No le van a preguntar ¿para cuándo? Pregúntale a la maestra ¿para cuándo era la tarea? Cosas importantes, nada más. No more questions. Los cuadros llevan la misma información del ejemplo. ¿Qué misma información? Van a incluir la foto. ¿A eso te refieres? La foto. Van a incluir el nombre, la posición y el email. Eso es lo que incluye cada cuadrito. Okay, guys, have a nice day. See you. Take care.
Thanks, Miss.
Bye, Miss. Have a nice weekend.
You're